Welcome back to Let's Update Sneakers in Solstheim. Sneakers, as you can see, is still sort of admiring the Red Mountain off in the distance. And there's one or two things I should mention while I'm tweaking the settings here. For one thing, I'm still experimenting a little bit with I'm experimenting a little bit with using Bandicam to record Skyrim, and with probably also the settings for this stuff and my new microphone and stuff. So you might want to watch this in the full 1080p if you're gonna see all this text properly, I think. So that's just a little...
May want to give the Talmithran a wide berth. I don't like the looks of that place one bit.
Talmithran, huh? And you said Talmithran is over there, and we should not go there. That's reverse psychology if ever Sneakers heard it. But anyway, Sneakers is trying to figure out stuff about this Mirak character, and these guards
Make way.
don't seem to have much to say about that, so maybe we should find some townsfolk. I will listen to that. That's Morrowind theme. Perfect for this. Absolutely
You haven't
perfect.
seen Gresh's Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again.
Pickaxe? Why is so much fuss just over a simple pickaxe?
No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe.
Ooh.
They don't exactly grow on trees, you know.
Can you get a guard to find Gresh's?
I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Cretius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble.
Sure. So what is an ancient Nordic pickaxe anyway?
It's the only tool tough enough to crack Stalrim, is what it is.
Ah, right.
Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art. The one Cretius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it.
Traded, huh? Sneakers thinks you have used the ancient Khajiit tradition of nicking that axe, but no wonder. So Stalrim, yeah, I think Sneakers has heard of Stalrim, but you know, from the experts, they'd like to get a little bit more information. Is that a type of ore?
Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that.
So Sneakers assumed it's really rare and therefore valuable.
I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do.
And Sneakers' map has been updated with where to find the Skull village. Brilliant. So how did you end up in Raven Rock anyway?
A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften.
Ah yes, that figures. So who taught you to repair bone mold armor, which is what these guards are wearing anyway?
I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Rife. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since.
Right. Well, you know, Sneakers has a question about someone called Mirak. You ever heard of him?
No, wait. Maybe. I don't know how I know that name.
So you know the name, but you do not know how you know it? So which is this? Have you heard of him or not?
I'm not sure. I don't want to talk about this.
Okay, Sneakers isn't gonna push it if you don't want to talk about
You
it.
tell Cretius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
Okay.
Always a pleasure to watch when a man like you walks by.
Oh! Thank you,
It
Miri.
gets lonely out here, you know. On this remote island.
Aw. You seem friendly at least. Perhaps Snickers can ask you about someone called Mirak.
That's not someone who lives in Raven Rock, I don't think. But it sounds so familiar.
Not on the Raven Rocks or somewhere else on Solstheim then, perhaps.
Maybe. I can't help but think of some sort of temple on the island. Why would that be? And don't stay away for too long.
Snickers wouldn't know why you would think of a temple. But okay, Snickers can come back,
hello.
sure.
You looking for a handout or something?
No.
Me, and put it on my account.
Investigate the shrine. Somebody mentioned the shrine. Oh, hang on.
It's been a few months. I said to put it on.
Because Snickers did see...
My husband
Hello.
Bendel feared visitors would shun Raven Rock. I'm glad to see he was mistaken. Always nice to speak to someone from the mainland.
Thank you. Do you know someone called Mirak?
Mirak. I'm sure I've heard that name before. Haven't I? Was it in a dream?
Wow,
May
this
your
whole...
path be free from danger.
Everyone in this place has got collective amnesia about this Mirak person. It's weird. Anyway, Snickers coming in saw that glowing thing over there. Coming in the port, coming in the key, coming in the beach, whatnot, whatever.
Here in his shrine.
Shrine? Okay. So you know something then. Hello.
That they have forgotten. Here do we toil. That we might remember.
So you... all this stuff about forgetting things?
By night we reclaim. What by day was stolen, far from ourselves. He grows ever near to us.
It looks like every time Snickers starts to
Our
talk
eyes
to you,
once were blinded.
you make some kind of... recite some kind of line from a poem.
Through him do we see. Our hands once were idle.
You there. You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting.
Leloth!
May I ask what it is you're doing here?
The world shall listen.
Well, Snickers is looking for someone called Mirak.
Mirak. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. That makes very little sense. Mirak's been dead for thousands of years.
Dead? What does that mean?
I'm not sure. But it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Mirax toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there.
Snickers, well, can you tell Snickers what these people are doing?
Building something, clearly. And yet they don't seem to have much to say about it.
No.
I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish.
So, if you're interested... this option makes no sense at all. He just told us he'd be interested in seeing what happens when they finish, so why would he try to stop it then? What can you tell Snickers about Morrowind, though? Neloth. Snickers seems to remember tales of someone called Master Neloth. 200 years ago, one of the Nerevarines' acquaintances.
It's the homeland of the Dunmer. The lesser races call us Dark Elves.
Lesser races,
We
huh?
built great works there, like Vivek and Aldrun. Many of them are destroyed now, either by Red Mountain or the Argonian invasion.
Grows ever near to us.
Have you tried to stop this?
Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on, and I would be unable to see. how this all turns out.
You know, Sneakers was not talking about this. This time Sneakers was talking about what's going on Morrowind. So, again, you have some news from Morrowind itself.
When the city of Vivek was destroyed, it took decades for us to rebuild. We are still but a shadow of our glorious past, but someday we will rise again.
So Vivek has been at least partially rebuilt. This is good news to someone who has a kind of interest in Morrowind, at least. Any other news?
There is the big island of Vardenfell. House Telvanni has its properties on Vardenfell. I've never been to the mainland myself.
Right, so you are in Telvanni? You are in...
Are we done? I thought so.
Snickers
Now
thought
through
that
them
Neloth... Snickers thought that Neloth of legend was indeed also a Telvanni. What is it they're building? This is the Earthstone.
And when the world shall listen. And when the world shall see.
And when the world remembers.
That
Yes?
world.
Okay, you're not gone crazy yet, at least that's good. Now, apparently Sneakers can actually activate this stone. Whatever
Here it
that
is,
means.
That they are.
That seems inadvisable.
What? Aha!
Fascinating. By touching the
By night,
stone,
we
your powers
reclaim.
have fallen under whatever influence is affecting.
Let's feed
Ah,
this
so you are
mind's
able to resist
soul.
the effect by exerting your will. Fascinating. I would not advise touching the stone again. The effects of repeated contact
Far
could
from
be...
ourselves.
Unless, of course, you'd like to contribute to my investigation, which could be very enlightening to observe you.
He grows ever near to us.
The ash from Red Mountain holds secrets. Secrets I mean to uncover. That's that, then.
Well,
Our eyes once were blinded.
Snickers does think the Nerevarine activated these stones at some point, so I think, you know...
Now through him.
I think he
do
was
we
imagining
see.
following in the footsteps of the Nerevarine, that's why he was willing to do that, but he's certainly going to heed the warning. Thank you very much for that warning,
Now,
Neloth.
through them
Snickers is going to
does
stay
he
away from
speak.
those things for now.
And when the world shall listen.
Blah blah. Let's get back to town, shall we? Of course we might want to look into that. Temple. Oh, that's a long way. Snickers picked up some other quests as well, didn't he? Three-edged pickaxe, for example. Okay, that's not so far, and it's rather on the way there. Apparently, we can look into that. Let's talk to some other people.
Your visit here would be tolerated as long as you abide by our laws.
Oh, yeah, it's you
Otherwise,
again.
you'll answer to the Reverend God.
Blah blah. Laws, schmaws.
Looking for any potions? Ingredients? Alchemical supplies?
Ah, you're an alchemist. So where did you learn your alchemy skills?
After we left Morrowind, we found ourselves in Skyrim. We wandered around a bit and ended up in Morthal, where we took up temporary residence with Lami. I
Ah,
was fascinated by her work, and over a period of a few years, she taught me quite a bit.
so where did you leave Morthal then?
It wasn't long before we became homesick. When word reached us that a settlement of Dunmer was forming on Solstheim, we were thrilled. It's been difficult, but I'm not regretting it one bit. In fact, I'm glad we've been able to stay and help.
So how's Ravenrock needed your help?
As you can imagine, the eruption of the Red Mountain took an awful toll. Hunting for game has been scarce, and the waters are apparently too tainted for fishing.
Oh, that doesn't sound good
According
at
to
all.
Councillor Morvain, my husband's been Raven Rock's most important food source for decades.
A single farmer? Feeding an entire town? He must have a lot of work on his hands.